I'm going to test and show you which AI tool is the best for creating consistent characters. If you've ever tried to build a consistent character with AI, you know exactly how frustrating it is when the face changes mid-process. You generate one image that looks perfect, then you change the angle and suddenly it's a different person. Most people waste hours regenerating variations, burning through credits, trying to force the same face across multiple images. And even when you think you've locked it in, the character drifts the moment you add complexity or change the environment. I've put the 4 best AI consistent character models to the test to find out which tool stays consistent no matter the complexity of the prompt. So I recreated the same character across Midjourney, Leonardo, NanoBanana, and Ideogram and put them through 6 different tests that become more complex each round. I tested whether these tools can maintain the same identity across angles, expressions, outfits, environments, and high-stress prompts. I pushed them to see which one survives, changes in lighting, emotion, dynamic poses, and complex scenes without breaking the face. By the end of this breakdown, I've shown you exactly which tool you should rely on when your character must stay the same across every scenario. All the tools I'm using will be linked in the description. So for round 1, I will create a base character using the same prompt across all 4 tools. This will show us the quality of generations each tool makes. This matters because the base image will be the foundation of every other generation. And so this is the prompt that created these different characters. Now the generation from Nano Banana produced almost identical images, with hardly any difference in all the 4 generations. That means it's pretty accurate, but I do find the image a bit AI looking and too optimized for a human face. You could also say that the lighting is really good, but that's up to you. It is interesting to see that all other tools had similar generations, but the Nano Banana had a completely unique outcome. We'll see if this is being inconsistent or accurate. The Midjourney's generations were too much cropped in. You can hardly see the character's neck or black t-shirt. So the framing makes it difficult to use for anything beyond tight portrait shots. Now, of course, I could change my prompt and regenerate it, but I'm showing you the results from a first try. What I do like a lot is that the image does look human and has the facial details that avoid the AI look. Now the image from Leonardo is clean and great to use, although if you look closely, you can see it's a little bit AI looking at first glance. It lacks minor details in the skin tone and texture. I'm maybe a little bit picky here. Ideogram's generation turned out really well. It has the human-like details in the face, which avoids the AI look. It's actually hard to tell if it is AI or a real camera shot. So in my opinion, it's the most human-like generation. Let's get into round 2 and use the base image to create pose and angle variations. With this, I'm testing whether the tools can maintain the same character across different angles. So I used the base image as the character model and ran 3 prompts for a 3/4 side pose, side profile, and low angle shot from below. So I find the results in Midjourney still very human-like. You can really see the base character back in the generations, but some facial features do change a little bit, such as the facial hair and structure, which doesn't make it perfect, but also not too bad. Ideogram produced exact poses as given in the prompts, with a consistent character and accurate facial features. All 3 angles maintained the same identity, and that's essentially what we're looking for. Nano Banana also did a really good job with delivering almost identical and consistent characters with accurate poses. Now for Leonardo, the thing is that it showed good pose accuracy with a consistent character, and the angles were accurate and the face stayed relatively stable, but I do find the generations very AI looking, and that's eventually what I want to avoid. In this round, Ideogram wins because it clearly keeps the character consistent through all angles with exact poses and accurate facial features. Nano Banana is a close second for delivering almost identical and consistent characters with accurate poses. Now round 3 is focusing on facial expressions. I'm testing a natural smile, a serious look, and a surprised expression. Again, I used the base character image as the character model and applied all 3 prompts in each tool. The expressions test will essentially show us a big make it or break it moment, because here the characters either become human or very AI looking. And Leonardo showed good expression accuracy with a consistent character. All 3 expressions were believable and usable for any project. Midjourney didn't give me the results I was looking for here. Yes, it used the expressions, but the surprised one doesn't look surprised at all, and the face has changed. While at the same, the smile is not really expressed well, so only the serious turned out good. So yeah, if we're talking about consistency, then these results aren't great. Ideogram gave probably the most natural expressions with a consistent character and accurate facial features. All 3 expressions felt quite genuine and the character stayed identical, so that's great to see. Nano Banana also delivered good expressions, I would say above average, but I can still see it's AI generated and not purely natural. First place goes to Ideogram for the most natural facial expressions and staying consistent. And the second place goes to Leonardo for good expression accuracy and consistency with all 3 expressions being believable. Now in round 4, I'm going to test different outfit changes, just to see if the character stays consistent, and I'm testing a blue suit, a black hoodie, and a white shirt. With the generations in Ideogram, I like that the character still stayed consistent. And with new clothes, he stays human. But you can see that the clothing in the black hoodie example doesn't completely match my prompt, so that's good to keep in mind. But other than that, it showed accuracy in clothing and style with a high level of details while keeping the character consistent. Unfortunately, Midjourney failed the test here. Although it creates accurate outfits, the character becomes inconsistent. The guy even got a new haircut. Leonardo produced great results with the outfit changes. The outfits were accurate, although it also has one minor mistake with the hoodie being over his head. But the framing was good and the character stayed consistent. I would say he looks a bit stiff, but yeah, the outfit changes did well. NanoBanana also delivered some nice results. Actually, in terms of outfits, probably the best. These are great images with accurate outfits, and the character stayed consistent. The only thing that caught my eye is that I'm not sure if the face in the suit matches the actual character. I'll leave this up to you guys. If we're talking about outfit accuracy, NanoBanana takes first place for this round with probably the best outfit results. But on character consistency, Ideogram still gives the best results, keeping the character consistent with accurate clothing and style. Now in round 5, I test how good and consistent the models work when I focus on environment changes, seeing if the lighting, character details, and the consistency performs like it should. I'm testing the characters in a city street, living room, and gym. I didn't expect NanoBanana to act like this because I did like the gym generation a lot. I feel like it's accurate with the lighting and character consistency, but the city generation doesn't look good in terms of matching the environment with the character, and the face of the character in the living room is unfortunately not consistent. What NanoBanana failed to do, Midjourney actually succeeded in. The images have great lighting, shadows, and are matching the environment very well. Even the human looks really natural and definitely not like it's AI generated. The only problem, which is an important one, is that the character didn't stay consistent. I didn't really like the results from Leonardo. It is quite stiff again, and the gym and city generation just don't look human. The living room one is alright, but feels almost too perfect. It's not going to win this round. Ideogram produced great results. The image has a high level of detail with proper lighting while keeping the character consistent. I think they look natural, and that's great to see. The first place goes to Ideogram for the best character consistency and matching the character with the environment. Second place goes to NanoBanana for accurate environments with decent character consistency. Okay, let's get into round 6, which is the stress test. I'm pushing all tools with a high stress prompt. Same character in a cinematic action scene, intense expressions, dramatic lighting, particles in the air, shallow depth of field, motion elements, 14mm wide lens. This will really showcase how well the character stays consistent even when the prompt is under stress. Now I find the results pretty interesting because none of them are perfect, which is logical since we made the prompt so complicated, but it does show exactly the strengths of each tool. Ideograms showed that it's really good at keeping the character consistent and that it's their main strength. While NanoBanana shows that it is very good to implement the environmental parts of the prompt while keeping character consistently on a medium level. And it did make the image look a bit too much AI-ish. Leonardo has a pretty good character consistency too and a great environment, but it does look a bit too much AI. Midjourney failed again with an extreme close-up shot, so yeah, that's simply not usable. So the first place goes to Ideogram for the most natural and consistent result. Second place, NanoBanana and Leonardo for creating a very good image, but not exactly what we were looking for here. In my opinion, if we look at the overall results from all the tests, then Ideogram is the clear winner if we're talking about creating character consistency. NanoBanana and Leonardo came close in some parts of the test, but either looked too much AI or didn't keep the character consistency as much. Now, we all know Midjourney is a nice tool as well, but if we're comparing it for character consistency, then it doesn't pass the test. I also used the images from Ideogram to bring them to life as videos, just to showcase one final part of the test, how the character still stays consistent even in motion. As you can see, the character remains consistent and the facial features stay highly detailed across every generation. Now here's what this actually means for you. If you're building a character for a campaign, a story, or any project where the same face needs to appear across multiple scenes, Ideogram is the only tool that kept identity locked across every single test. The others required constant regenerations or produced results that looked obviously AI. The difference isn't just about quality, it's about whether your project actually works. When the character drifts, the entire thing stops feeling real. With Ideogram, I didn't have to regenerate constantly. I didn't have to fix lighting mismatches. I didn't have to worry about the face changing when I switched angles or outfits. It just worked. If you want to try this exact workflow, the link to Ideogram is in the description. They have very cheap plans, so you can test this yourself with your own character. Upload your base image into the character model system and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The character stays locked. Use the link below, replicate these tests with your own character, and you'll see the difference immediately. Consistency is what turns AI images from experiments into actual storytelling tools. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.